Happy Chanukah and Shabbat Shalom. One of the very interesting things about Judaism in general is that we like to keep to ourselves. We don't like to advertise that we're Jewish or celebrating holidays in general. We just tend to keep things to ourselves, to our homes, inside our house. I mean, we put a mezuzah outside our house, but that's really about it. But when it comes to Chanukah, we have a very, very unique obligation, and that is that we put our menorah outside. We put it in our window for all to see. And in Chabad especially, we like to put public menorah displays. We like big menorahs and in the public places and so on and so forth. What is it about Hanukkah and specifically that we light it outside? And even more interesting is that what is it that the menorah is about? It's about the candle, about the light. Candles in general is this very, very spiritual thing. It says, Ner Hashem Nishmat Adam. The candle of God, the light of God, is the soul of a person, which means to say that the whole idea of a menorah is very, very spiritual in essence. It's about a flame, about a candle, something that we can't even touch. It's dangerous to touch fire. So when it comes about a menorah, about this very intangible thing, something that's so spiritual in essence, seems like something that you want to keep close to home, something that's inside, something that's internal. And why do we come and just celebrate it so externally, something seems to be really fake, just like showing off in the public and this, that, like a public display of something versus something that's so meaningful and internalized and so on and so forth. Why is it that it seems to be two polar opposites? One, meaningful and internal, a flame, a fire, something keeps us warm, and then the other thing so public and outside there. And this is exactly, I think, one of the messages that Chanukah teaches us. That on one hand, we want to be something real and meaningful, something that we keep close to our hearts, something that keeps us warm and close to God. On the other hand, it's something that even in the outside has to have that kind of effect. If we just keep the flame at home, keep us warm and inside in our hearts, but we don't share it to the outside, we don't publicize it, in other words, it's not meaningful enough to us that's something that we could share it with other people as well, then there's a question of how deep inside does it affect us as well. On the other hand, if something that we just share on the outside and we can't bring it home, we can't have an effect on our inside, then it's just externalities. It's not so meaningful to us that actually inside our home we also experience that. It's just for the outside, then it's not real. So that's the balance of Judaism. We have to something that's meaningful to us and for the outside. And so if it's meaningful to us, then we have to be able to share it to the outside. In Hebrew, it means the words are as follows. It has to be pnimiyut, it has to be something for the inside, and it has to also have an effect on the chitzoniyut, on the outside world as well. And that's what Judaism is really all about. It has to be a flame, but it has to be a flame that we're proud to share with the outside world as well. Shabbat Shalom, and have a happy Chanukah, and let our lights shine, that everybody should see it, and it should have an effect on us as well. Keep us warm, and brighten up the world around us. Happy Chanukah, Shabbat Shalom.